Hello, crafty friends. It's Erica, ScrapDiva 29. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are doing amazing today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. I am coming on today to do a tutorial on the Witch Shoe Jelly Bag. And this is the new JellyTote that hit the shop September 1st. And it is available right now over at ScrapDivaDesigns.com. A big thank you to everyone that has placed an order this month. I truly appreciate you all supporting my small business. So I wanted to come on today to show you how I put together this jelly tote bag right here. It's actually very simple and easy to do, but I figured I'd come on. I was gonna make another one and I said, you know what, I should just shoot a video and share how I made mine. So I've already die cut out this image twice. So with the die set, you're gonna cut this image out twice. You have the base and the base layering piece for the bottom of the bag. You're gonna cut those out each one time as well. You do get the little witch tag, which you can use to embellish. That is optional. And then you do get this outer piece to create the outline. And you're gonna cut that out twice if you want to make that shadow piece for your tote bag. It is a possibility to make this tote bag into a shaker if you wanted to. Definitely an option. And then you also have this piece right here. This is the extra layering piece for the tote. So if you want to do two different colors, you do have that option to make it a little bit more fancy. And then you have the side panels of your tote right here. You're going to cut that out twice. And then you have a layering piece for your panel right here, and you will cut that out twice as well. And this little piece right here is the little tag portion for the little witch shoes right here if you want to attach it as a tag. All right, so I've already did some prep and I've already cut this out twice. So as you can see, I have layered it with this orange glitter cardstock. And then on the back, what I did was I covered it up because I didn't want the background to show white because I used this orange color cardstock. So I'm gonna just walk you through what I did on that one. So as you can see right here, I covered it up with this orange colored cardstock because I just wanted the orange to pop through. Again, if you just wanna use this die set and not put anything on the back of it, you don't have to. You can just keep it clear. It's totally up to you. I just think this gives it a little bit more pop and I just like the way it looks. So basically what I did was when I cut this piece out, the piece that falls out right here, all I did was glue it to the back of this to cover up the shoes. That's all I did. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and glue this shadow piece on. And hopefully my glue is working today and I don't have any glue bottle issues. Just gonna go around like so. And we're gonna go ahead and attach this to the front of our tote. And I love this orange. It just gives it a really nice pop, the glitter cardstock. All right, so we've got that adhered down. And then this is what the back looks like. So all I did, and I'm just gonna show you really quickly, is I have some heavyweight 110-pound cardstock that I pick up from Michael's, and that's what I'm using. And I'm just gonna position it right at that dotted line right there, because that's about all you really need. I'm just gonna turn it over, and then I have my pencil, and all I did was trace around this die like this. And then all I'm gonna do is just take some scissors and I'm just gonna cut on the inside of that line as even as I can. And you wanna take your time because you want it to look nice. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go all the way straight through. I'm gonna cut that part off and continue on this side. Again, trying to cut on the inside of your pencil mark. And you may have to trim it up and make some adjustments, but we'll see how well I do it. And it doesn't have to be completely perfect, as long as you get most of it. Actually, I'm just gonna turn it like this, cut it right here. All right, so you're gonna get left with something like this. So I'm gonna bring this back over, and let me put my pen back in my glue bottle so that I don't have any issues before I move on. Stick that back in. And so this is what it looks like. So all I'm gonna do is just measure this, or place it right against this to see where I might need to trim it, because you don't want that part to be showing. So I think I'm just gonna trim it a little bit more on this side, just a tad. And I'll do this side as well, just a tad. And I'm just gonna place it on like this, turn it over, and I think I'm just gonna take a little bit off right here. It's not really noticeable, but you know, you wanna make it so that you don't see it from the front. And I'm just looking. And again, I think I'm just gonna trim it just a tad more on this side. All right, that should be good. I'll move all these little pieces off to the side. All right, so now I should be able to just take my wet adhesive, and for this, I'm just gonna use my Fabri-Tac. I like to use this glue because it does dry fairly quickly, but I like the fact that with the wet glue, you have a little bit more time to move it into place on your cardstock before it actually settles in to dry. So that's why I'm using the wet glue versus the other glue. So I'm just gonna place this down like this. And that looks good to me, so I'm just gonna press down. And basically on this bottom piece, this little flap, you don't really need this flap because the base already has 2 flaps. So what you can do is you can either use some adhesive and just glue that down like that, or you can just take your scissors and just cut that extra piece off. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm just gonna trim this extra little flap off because we really don't need it. And you could glue it down before you do the heavyweight cardstock, just to give it some more like a reinforcement, so that you have a really sturdy, you know, a really sturdy tote once you put it together. So you can do that as well. That is an option. All right, so we have the base, which I've already cut out, and then this is the bottom layer piece for the base. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that. We'll get that out of the way. And we're just gonna adhere this down in the center, press down. And as you can see, I've already added my score tape to both of the little side flaps right there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this base to the tote, the front of the tote, we'll call it. Just gonna take that off. And all I do is I just line it up as best as I can. Make sure that it's even. And once it's even, you're just gonna push down like so. Push down, and then you have the flap. Now, these are the side panels, and I already have this one done. This is the other side, and this is the layering piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my glue and go ahead and adhere this onto the side before we move on. And here we go with my glue again. Let's see if we can get it out. And you just need a little bit of this glue. and just carefully adhere it to this piece right here. And it just creates a really nice border. And I like the way that that orange glitter just pops. It's so pretty. And when you do cut the base piece out, it does come with these edges, and you're just going to fold down on that embossed line. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. And you'll find that I didn't layer this with heavy cardstock. This is with just basic cardstock, so probably 65-pound weight. So it is easy to move around. And you want that because it'll make it so much easier when you're gluing this down to the side panels. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere it to this flap right here. Just gonna take that off. And again, I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna line it up, center as best as I can. That looks good to me, and I'm just gonna fold over and press down. And then you're gonna take this one off. If you get anything on the sides, I just fold this up, the glue, and it will still adhere just fine. And you're gonna, again, just line it up as best as you can. And press down. And then you're gonna go to the other side and do the same thing. And as you can see, this comes together so quickly. It really doesn't take very long at all to die cut out the pieces. And you could definitely make a bunch of these for your trick-or-treaters in no time. Or if you do boo baskets around Halloween time, you could totally make a ton, and it would be so simple. All right, so the last part, what we're gonna do to complete this is we're gonna add glue to these tabs, and we're just going to go one by one and glue them, just like that. Now, you can use hot glue if you want, but I find that it's definitely easier to use wet glue. But if you're impatient and you just can't, you don't wanna wait, I get it, use hot glue. Use whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm just going in on the inside. You can't really see, but I'm just trying to mash it down like so with my finger. And then obviously you want to check the outside to make sure that it's lined up properly. And I'm just pushing it, and wet glue, it's going to take a few seconds to adhere, but it will adhere, I promise you. I just want to wait a second or two. And I'm just going to continue to press down. Like so. And maybe for the sake of this tutorial, I will use some hot glue just so that I can speed up the process, but I do highly recommend using the wet glue versus the hot glue. If you do the hot glue, maybe only do a few at a time. You want to make sure you line it up, and hopefully I'm in frame. If you get any that seeps out, you can just pull it off. But yeah, I would definitely recommend just do a few at a time if you're going to do the hot glue. And now you see I'm struggling because already part of it is down. Let's see if I can do this on camera. All right, so I'm just going to carefully add the rest. As you can see, it's not really easy to do it with the hot glue, like once you got it started. And you only have a few seconds to really mash it into place so that it's you know, even. And don't worry about this hot glue. We'll get all of that off. Maybe. All right, so we have that part down. And again, that's why it's better to use the wet glue. You get more of an, as you can see, it's more even with that, it's more flush with that curve. And this one is a little bit bumpy, as you can see. So I'm gonna go to this side, and I think I'll go back to the wet glue because I think the wet glue is definitely better. It just might take a little bit longer because you do have to let it set. But 100% definitely go with the wet glue. If you don't have patience and you are a glue gun expert, because I know some of the girls on the design team love their hot glue guns and they just go to town and they have no problem. As you can see, I'm not the glue gun expert. I can't get it down as fast. And don't worry, this glue is, that wet glue will dry. So don't worry about it messing up your cardstock. It will dry clear. And I'm just pushing down, and I'm gonna go ahead and move to this side and go ahead and add the adhesive to these little tabs. Pull it this way. And honestly, it actually adheres pretty good. Just use your middle finger and press inwards on those little tabs on the inside of the tote. And it'll be just fine. All right. All right, oops, I bent that a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so here is the tote, absolutely adorable. And what I did was I took out this die cut. Somebody gifted this to me in a swap. I do not remember who gave this to me, and I do apologize. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but somebody did gift me this. And so I wanted to use it because I was going through some of my Halloween stuff, and I think I'm gonna pop this little girl up, little skull up on my treat bag. And I think I want to use a little bit of foam tape. So I'm going to just add some foam tape to the back of this to give it some dimension. I just want to give it a little bit of dimension because the sentiment has dimension already itself. So I just want to pop it up just a tad. And take that off. And I think I'm gonna put this just like that, and I'm gonna use the Trick or Treat. This is from the Halloween Word set number 4. This did sell out, but do not worry, I have a new shipment on its way. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue to the back of this just for reinforcement. And I think that's good. So I'm just gonna push down. But if you did miss out on this, definitely you are able to pick it up for pre-order and it will ship as soon as it is back in stock. On this particular foam, I did use the self-adhesive foam on the back. So I do have that option to just stick it down and it'll adhere. But since this is a gift bag, I'm just reinforcing it with this hot glue just to make sure it doesn't fall off. Because sometimes that adhesive is not that great. So that's why I just add a touch of hot glue to that. How cute is that? Look at that. And then I took one of those rings from probably the Dollar Tree and cut off the ring part, and I was gonna add that right there. So I'm gonna grab the hot glue and we're gonna hot glue that on. like so. Just push down. How adorable is that? And then I had a little dangle. I didn't bring it over here next to me, but I was gonna attach a fun little Halloween dangle with some Halloween charms on this. I think that would be absolutely adorable. And I've got a little glue string right there. But look how cute that is. I love the way that this is looking, and I cannot wait to gift these out at Halloween and stick some fun little goodies in there, some little treats for my trick-or-treaters. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, this die set is available over at ScrapDivaDesigns.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I will check you guys out in my next crafty video. Bye for now.